Hello and welcome back to a very special episode of the After School Special Show. I am Ian, and joining me on the other line, we have my good buddy Gabe. Say hi. Say hi.
Nice to meet you guys.
Gabe's a little nervous, as you can probably tell, but actually, you know what? I think it might be the subject matter that's getting to him a little bit. This is the Kanye cast. This is gonna be 100% Kanye West today.
Nothing better. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Neither would I. I mean, so it's about 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here, and we're still waiting on Pablo. Pablo has not arrived.
Where is he?
He's not in the building. So I don't know what's going on.
The hype is just building. I can't. I won't take it for much longer. I'm gonna explode.
So I think it's safe to say that you would regard Kanye as your favorite single artist of all time.
Well, as you know, since you're my buddy, I'm a big fan of Gambino, but lately, all this talk about Kanye is really testing my loyalty to either side, and I'm really having an internal crisis deciding. But as of now, my focus is completely on Kanye because Gambino hasn't dropped anything.
Yeah, he's been in hibernation a little bit. I'm really hyped for Atlanta, though. I'm really hyped for that.
Do you have any idea when that's coming out?
I know they picked up the pilot. Might be this summer.
I know his album's coming out soon, but we'll talk about that when that comes out.
Yeah,
now it's
I'll definitely have to call you up.
It's Kanye o'clock.
Oh, I'm so excited. So right now, today we're going to be going over. We both watched the live stream of Yeezy Season 3. We're going to be talking about that a little bit, just the spectacle.
I watched it 3 times.
We're going to be talking about our thoughts on the actual album, and then maybe touch on, I know we both love Chance, so we'll talk about how Chance single-handedly delayed the release of
Chancey, why?
And then, I don't know, Avik and I talked about the Taylor Swift thing, like, very, very briefly yesterday, but we might mention that. Just on the Swifties.
It is vulgar.
That said, like, we are very biased.
That's true.
I'd go to war for Kanye.
Yeah, so. I wouldn't say war, but I would do a lot.
No, war.
Okay.
So, right now, do you think it's gonna be SNL? Do you think it's gonna drop after SNL?
Well, I haven't watched SNL in a long time. I used to watch it in middle school and stuff, but I'm a little rusty. Does it run past midnight?
It does.
Or does it run? It does.
It typically does. Yeah.
I wonder if he'll drop it, because I'm hoping he'll run, like, assuming, since he said he would drop it yesterday and then said Chance delayed that, but today Chance tweeted that it was done. So I'm hoping today will be the new deadline, and if it runs past midnight SNL and he drops it afterwards, he'll be into the next day. So maybe he'll drop it before, or he might even have someone drop it during, which would be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. If anything, maybe he'll kind of hint at the release during it. I don't know, maybe like after he performs.
I'm gonna be listening so intently,
yeah.
the slightest tone of voice change. What?
You're gonna have like a polygraph out. Kanye says the album's coming out.
No, but how cool would it be if he had someone drop it? He's performing, right? He's performing
with Young Thug, I think.
How cool would it be if he dropped it while he's performing?
I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be after. I don't know. He'll probably announce. Maybe he'll say like it's dropping at Well, it's a thing. Usually you'd think midnight for a release, but he's gonna be performing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
As long as it drops. As long as it drops like today, like if he goes like more and more days, I'm gonna start getting hangry for it. Like I wanna have withdrawal. Like I'm itchy just talking.
I don't think that would be good for your mental health.
No, I would lose sleep. I'm already losing sleep. I'm like kidding.
There were some people on the r/hiphop heads mega thread that said they have been up since the 11th, and I don't know if that's true, but I know I was up fairly late both of these nights waiting for the release.
And it's just like listening to it. I've listened to the 10-song rip from the Yeezy Season 3 show. I've been listening to that on loop since I first got my hands on it, and it doesn't get old. Like I could listen to that all day, and I have been for the past couple of days, and it doesn't get old. So those people have their entertainment if they're waiting for Pablo to drop.
Yeah, that's a good point. So let's get into Yeezy Season 3. So you missed the first live stream, about half the first live stream,
I would say
because you
more
were in
than
class.
Yeah.
And I wasn't planning. I don't think I was planning on watching it at first, but I got back from class around 3:30, and I was like, hey, I can watch this. And I really had no idea how he was going to be releasing the album. I didn't know if he was going to be performing it or what, but basically, I'm sure you guys know, but he basically just unveiled his new clothing line with the album at the same time. And I've never seen anything like this before.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of fashion shows, but this has to be a unique one. There's no way.
Yeah, you don't really strike me as the fashion show connoisseur.
There's no way that's a regular fashion show.
Yeah. And it was really weird. Like, what is his clothing? It's
as if he watched a bunch of like early 2000s movies to see how they depict clothing in the future, and then is like single-handedly trying to bring that clothing to the modern day.
That's the thing. Like, people were kind of shitting on the clothing line, how it looked kind of stupid, but that's what I picture when I picture a futuristic line of clothing.
Exactly. He's like, and all of his shoes, like even the old stuff looks like weirdly futuristic, even though like Easy Season 2 was very like natural colors and like oversized things. Like it still has a weird futuristic feeling to it, in that it's so clean cut and there's not a lot of graphics on anything. Everything is so like flat colored. It's like it's a little
weird.
scary.
A lot of earth tones.
I love earth tones though. They're like they look so great in clothing. I love anything Kanye does, really, but
if Kanye just came out and he just introduced a new line of pencils, I'd be all over that.
I would not use any of the pencils.
I'd be all over that.
Ticonderoga. Who's Ticonderoga?
Ticonderoga. Yeah, this is gonna. I'm so excited to hear the studio version, the final recorded stuff, because just even the rip is incredible.
It's crazy because what is cool is that he played studio recordings of the songs, so they were already leveled and stuff.
Still, you were getting the audio from inside the arena.
Yeah, but
so
even still,
it was still pretty good quality. So you obviously know it's gonna make. I really enjoyed it, and
what's crazy is that the crowd is like because anyone who either spent the money on or won or stole or faked or however they got their ticket to Yeezy Season 3, they're a huge Kanye fan. No one goes there that's not a huge Kanye fan. So the amount of like sheer respect, if you listen to the songs, there's like no heckling in the middle of the songs. It's really good. It's like great for listeners like me who like ripped it offline or online and try to listen on our own. Like the cheering to the end of the songs was one thing, but like no one yells in the middle of the songs.
Exactly. It was still good quality.
Yeah, it was good. I'm pretty satisfied with it.
Yeah, I really liked even the remixes. The Fax remix. I don't think the All Day remix is going to be on the final version, but I really like the Fax remix.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can we just talk about how hype all these beats were? Oh my god. Wolves gave me full body chills. If we're going to talk about the most hype I've ever been, this might be third behind the dirt bike scene from Creed in the Panthers playoff game. On just the full body chills. I felt that on my toes, man.
It's like I told you before. Listening to of course I have my favorite songs, my favorite artists, and I listen to them, and of course it makes me happy, it makes me feel emotions with their music. But never in my life have I listened to anything and felt like music as more of an art as it was. Yeah. Especially Wolves, but every song, but especially Wolves.
The last time I felt this strongly was probably My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I told you, it's a great album.
Yeah, and if we're going to be talking about Kanye in a historical context a little bit, I saw a couple people describe the life of Pablo as kind of like a mix between Yeezus and Graduation, which I really thought was accurate. Just the style of beats, and he still uses auto-tune to an extent, which I enjoyed Yeezus, but I think Kanye kind of settles when he uses autotune. And in this,
I feel like that's part of his like him. Like it's part
it
of his
is.
identity at this point.
It is,
Like
but
next to T-Pain, he's like the next biggest auto-tune
yeah, but
user.
in Pablo, I think he utilizes it. He uses it sparingly in good situations, whereas
Mm.
Yeezus was kind of he was really heavy with autotune.
Yeah, it was almost like entire songs. But
Mm.
like you said with the sparing use of auto-tune in Wolves, when he uses the auto-tune to sing the intro,
Yeah,
and there's like that little snippet um where he sings a part in auto-tune and then echoes himself in his regular singing voice.
exactly.
It's so striking. It like cuts deep. It like you can really feel it. It's like
Yeah, that's
there's emotion
perfect.
behind it.
Hmm.
It's beautifully used.
Yeah, that it's kind of going back to like graduation. It was.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna go like college dropout, late registration was no autotune. Then you had graduation was less autotune, but he was starting to introduce it. And then 808s was kind of him embracing it. And then Dark Fantasy kind of goes back to a little bit more graduation style, but a little heavier on the autotune. And then Yeezus was starting to kind of fully embrace it. But then I think this is the happy medium.
This is the mastery. It
Yeah.
feels like he's finally found like the right amount. But this it piques my interest as to what's going to go on in his next album, which I hopefully there will be a next
Let's not get
album.
ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still
Fingers
even
crossed.
we don't even have the official version of Pablo yet. We need to
It's the future. I can't wait.
exactly.
He's like he said, he's only 38.
Yeah. And a couple I saw something. I mean, we're gonna talk about Twitter a little bit later, but people saying that this might be his last album. No, it's not. Kanye is like Kobe. He's not. He's never gonna want to retire.
He's not going to stop until he's like visibly much worse than he was in his prime, and
Exactly.
people are telling him to stop.
Even then, he's gonna still make one more album.
But no, even if he stops making albums,
He still
um,
has so
he's
much
gonna
more he can
still
do.
produce.
Yeah.
He's still gonna like.
Ooh.
He's gonna be a big part of Chance the Rapper's new mixtape.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
that's gonna be
and
nice.
if you listen close to the lyrics in Ultra Light Beams, he says he's gonna make it free again. He says,
Yeah.
"Let's do a good job." The two of them, Kanye and Chance. So
Mhm.
hopefully, there's no way like Kanye and Chance, two artists of that caliber. There's no way
Oh,
anything bad can
that'd
come out
be
of it.
such if Kanye produced.
No, there's literally no situation where what comes out is not a masterpiece.
Oh my God, that'd be crazy. I think in going back to Ultralight Beams, I think that's my favorite song so far from the entire thing. Even though Kanye's not really on it.
I know. The producing. If you like, if you really listen to the song as many times as I have, you don't listen to it as many times as I have. But if you pay close attention, you'll notice there's no drums or anything
Yeah.
in the song until the last couple seconds of Chance's verse.
And
And
when Kanye was saying that this is a gospel album, that song is what he meant.
yes, that's it's
Yeah.
the choir. It's striking.
Another thing I want to talk about. We're both big. I would say I'm probably a little more, but we're both Outkast fans.
Oh
And
yeah, you definitely take the cake on that.
yeah, and we could bring in our close friend Francis at some point. I might bring him in, talk a little Bourne later, because I know we were gonna do a Bourne podcast. I might do a segment with Francis because we're both really big Bourne enthusiasts. But
Who isn't?
I was really hoping because there was a rumor that Andre was gonna be on this, and that he worked on it.
Was his name on the notepad?
Yeah,
feel like
it was. It was.
I know
So
Big Boy's name was on the notepad. I know that for fact.
uh-huh. So
Which
I don't
is
know if he was just brought in as like a consultant or I don't know what, but I was really hoping he would be featured on this.
well, I mean, of course I would like to have him featured, but I feel like even just having him, I think the clip. There's a clip on the internet of Kanye in the studio with Jay-Z, and they're listening to the music with Pharrell Williams in the room, and they're all listening to the same beat and like talking about it, and like I feel like just having Andre in the room would be almost as effective as having him on the song.
Yeah, I get that. That's a
Like he
fair
has
point.
he has a fantastic like vision. Like the stuff
Hmm.
he's produced is it's incredible. People, I don't think he gets enough attention for that.
Yeah, I really want him to start doing some more stuff, even if it's just kind of the third producer on, an album. I mean, he's up there with just the music, like hip hop geniuses out.
Yeah, he's got too much talent to stop. It's
exactly.
He needs to stay in the game somehow.
Yeah, I really hope he. I know, an Outkast reunion is that's a little too much to ask for, but that'd be crazy if they got back together for one more album.
You gotta add to the list of reunions. There's so many people I'd love to see back together. I wish I was born 10 years earlier.
Exactly. I know we always say that. Oh. But I mean, if you look at Outkast's progression, it's a little like Kanye's, because they started out really very, rap, and they progressed, and by the time you get to the Speaker Box, it's nothing like Southern playlistic Cadillac funky music.
Yeah, but and even another similarity you could draw between them is sheer the style, they completely blaze their own trail. They stray away from any norms.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at them, their hairstyles and the way they dress is the way they dress, for one thing. Kanye just released his own clothing line, and people are already really ridiculing him about how it looks. And have you looked at an Outkast picture? They don't look like regular rappers.
Yeah, Andre with the football pads and
it's almost looks like a joke.
Yeah.
But it just shows that when you stray away from norms and don't muzzle your creativity, you can become a great, just like Kanye, 3 Stacks, and Big Boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to the hip hop game to have people who are weird like that.
Exactly. Kind of in going back to Chance a little bit, what Chance is doing now, I think, is really unique.
Oh, Chance is single-handedly changing the game. He introduced an entire new style.
Exactly. That kind of chill rap.
Who raps to no beat? It's just
mm-hmm.
It's just music. He just raps to music, and of course a beat is music, but it's there are no drums, and he still has flow.
And his flow is so unique. He doesn't really rhyme on beat like traditional rappers do.
It's very poetic.
I didn't like Chance when I first heard him. I'm gonna admit I didn't like him. It just took me time, because I'm used to this traditional, flow that 95% of rappers use, and then it just took me a little while to get used to his style. Once I kind of accepted it, I mean, I love Chance.
Yeah, it's a shame to see people who count him out, because even if you can't appreciate him as a rapper, you can still appreciate him as a sheer musician.
Exactly. I mean, Surf. Look at what he did with Surf.
I don't like to give Chance too much credit for Surf, though, because it's not his. Of course he was a producer on almost every song. Mm-hmm. I don't want I hate how people take Surf, which is such a fantastic album, and kind of played down Donnie Trumpet's contribution by saying it's Chance's album.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people because Donnie Trumpet is a producer and a musician. He's not a rapper, though, and I feel like people play him down because he's not a rapper. I feel like more attention.
Unless you're really aware of the scene and what how music is made, you don't really appreciate it as much.
Yeah.
And going back to Chance, I really hope that him delaying the album isn't going to hurt his reputation or anything, because he's getting some backlash on Twitter, and I know you were a little opposed, maybe. To him.
As a fan, of course I want the album, but as a fan, you have to respect the fact that they're artists and this is their work, and
mm-hmm.
if they think they need an extra day, they know better than any of us. It's their album. And plus, if worst case scenario, they just add another great song.
Exactly. In the big picture, I mean, we've been waiting for another Kanye album for 3 years. What does One Day make?
Has it really been 3 years?
Yeah. 2 or 3.
Well, was that Watch the Throne was the last one?
No, Yeezus.
Oh, I saw Yeezus.
Yeah. Yeezus was I think it was 2.5, 3 years.
I had never listened to Yeezus, and I listened to it all at once, repeatedly over, when I was on a cruise ship, because I downloaded it, and it was, the only music I had, and it's, two completely different artists. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I really like when artists diversify their discography and kind of change it up and evolve. Going back to, so I know we were discussing a couple of tracks. What was your favorite track off this?
Of course I love the Chance verse in Ultralight Beams, but it is Kanye's album. So I like Highlights, but I like Famous the most, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoy Rihanna's vocals, and then Swizz Beats on the beat is.
Oh, Swizz had a couple tracks on this, right?
He's great. He somehow manages to make this game changing music, but it still has that weird, still has like an old timey vibe, like because he's been making beats forever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you can really tell like, when you hear a Swizz Beats beat, it stands out from everyone else's.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think for me, I did say Ultralight Beams was my favorite, but since it's really, again, like you said, it's not really a Kanye song, so to speak, I'm going to go with Freestyle 4. That beat is so good. It's so grimy.
I was watching like the fashion show, and I was thinking to myself, I could never, as much as I would love to be a model modeling Kanye West's line, I could never stand still.
Yeah.
When he's playing songs like Freestyle 4, I would lose it.
And you saw at the end when we can talk about Kanye just straight up passing the aux a little later, but towards the end, they were the models when the show was actually done. They started to kind of jam out. So
yeah, and
there was a
little section. There was one section of like the model like ring or whatever you want to call it in the middle. There's like one little like quadrant of it that was dancing the entire time.
Really? Okay, I didn't see that.
I don't know. I think it was choreographed, but I'm not. It wasn't choreographed like the dance moves, but the fact that only part of them were dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the lyrics on Freestyle 4 are really good. And the beat, the beat made it stand out for me. The production on this is really, really good.
You can just see from when he was on stage at the fashion show, he had like 200 people there with him.
Yeah.
So many people were like contributing to this. It's of course it has Kanye West's name on it, but so many names that we won't. That of course, if you research, you can find them out. But so many names will go unspoken that were involved in this.
Even even Hove was just like 12 rows back. Like Jay-Z, one of the biggest music businessmen in that game, is just chilling, like second deck, just casually. Well,
he's a family man now, so
he is. So I mean, it was just, you look, like you said, behind Kanye, there were so many people there. You had Cudi, you had
Big Sean was like literally to Kanye's left, which confuses me because I hadn't heard his name associated with Kanye ever before.
Yeah, me neither, which was really cool. And even Chance, obviously there's a connection, but I didn't know Chance was going to be this involved with the album. Yeah. Which is really cool to see him kind of collaborating with younger artists. You had the Young Thug featured. And, I mean, the features on this album are crazy. Brought out Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean does special things to me with his voice. Yeah. He is incredible.
Yeah, I know we're both big fans of Channel Orange.
Lonnie Bro, he's dropped. I saw someone posted on the Reddit page for Kanye. It said, I see Kanye's taking some notes from Frank Ocean and not releasing his album because Frank Ocean, we've been waiting forever for his new album.
Well, he kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little while there.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It really is. He's such a gifted musician. I love his contributions on Watch the Throne and No Church in the Wild. It's so good.
It's crazy to think that he gained, or at least I don't want to go saying he gained his fame from any one thing because I don't know the story behind him. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Taylor Swift, Kanye. Like I don't know how everyone got started, but I first heard of Frank Ocean when he was just hanging around Tyler and Odd Future, and that's so crazy to me that if someone don't get me wrong, I love Odd Future, but it's completely different genres. It almost seems like.
Yeah.
He's really cool. Such a beautiful voice, and he's so soft-spoken, and Tyler's a little more aggressive in his songs, and it's interesting to see how those two can bounce off each other and be friends.
One thing that I've always loved about Kanye is he always brings in the vocalists. There's like 2 songs in every album that the chorus just blows you away. I think for this, it was the Rihanna and Frank Ocean were both amazing. He always uses
his own vocals in some songs, and even that had me kind of frozen. I was like, wow.
I can just picture you
just jaw on the ground.
Can't even imagine your reaction. Wolves, like the first time I heard Wolves, I was like frozen, just like I didn't know what to do.
It was, like you said, full body chills.
Yeah, no doubt.
True art. True art.
Do you want to? I know you mentioned Taylor. Do you want to talk a little bit about that controversy, or?
I mean, there's not much to talk about.
There really isn't.
It's really based. It's completely your opinion. It's up to everyone's opinion on how whatever happened. I know it's clearly it's an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kanye is gonna Kanye.
I know exactly. He said it. How many geniuses do you know that aren't crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying that what he said was crazy, but it was an exaggeration. Like the lyric was an exaggeration. He's not actually gonna have. He's not actually planning on having sex with Taylor Swift. Like she's got a boyfriend, he's got a wife.
Yeah.
Like it's not realistically gonna happen. I don't know why people are taking everything so literally. And then to say that he got her famous, people are saying that he interrupted her while she was already receiving an award, so she was already famous before he interrupted her, which I respect because she's talented, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But when people start saying things like she got him famous or he's using her as a step stool to get himself more famous, that's when that strikes a chord with me because don't get me wrong, I love Taylor Swift. I bump her songs in my car in the summer all the time, and I love it. But Kanye West is on a whole different level.
Yeah, he really is.
It's not really even close. One of them's a pop artist. One of them has been in the game for as long as Taylor Swift's been alive.
One thing I enjoyed, it was kind of a conspiracy theory that was out there on Twitter, and I don't know if I think I saw on Reddit too, that at the time Taylor Swift and Kanye had the same manager. So there was this conspiracy theory that it was like staged and it was meant to give them both attention. And I mean, this is the same way. I mean, they're both getting a lot of publicity for this.
I mean, that's how it goes. You don't have to stage that. Everyone, like, if you're on stage accepting an award, and even if I'm drunk and I'm Kanye and I have a bottle of Hennessy in my hand, and I step on stage, I know it's going to, like, I may not be thinking that's what's going to cause me to do this, but deep down, everyone knows it's going to cause a controversy, and controversy leads to attention for everybody.
The thing I like about Kanye is, everybody has a very strong opinion about him. I think you either love him or you hate him, but the one thing you kind of have to give him credit for is I think he's a lot more self-aware than other musicians are. Like with his little freestyle there, I want the old Kanye, kind of just saying like, I know you guys want, my old style of music, but like I'm still Kanye. I'm gonna evolve, and he realizes, that with his line, like all geniuses are crazy. He knows people have strong opinions about him.
It's not like he's out there doing things expecting, like he knows the reaction he's gonna get.
Exactly.
But he doesn't do it for the people. He does it for himself.
Exactly. And even if people do hate him, which I realize a lot of people do, I mean, everybody knows who he is.
Everybody. It's like his name is. It's like Superman or Mario. Everyone knows who he is. The pop culture icon. Yeah. Now, speaking of Mario, there's a video game coming out.
Yeah, that was really weird. I didn't expect that.
I heard about it, and I had no clue. When he came out with it. Of course, I can respect. People are saying like, "Wow, Kanye, like you're good at music and you're bad at social media. Why are you going to make a video game?" And it's true that that wasn't where his expertise is at all. And it's especially weird to create a video game in memory of his mother, but it's respectable. I would if I died, I would love to. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I would love to have a video game made talking about me going to heaven. So
I feel like there's gonna be a large spike in video game requests and wills in the next couple weeks.
I'm sorry, right? I'm gonna
request that a video game be made in my memory.
Yeah, but I want big names. I want PS5.
You want like Activision dropping like a Call of Duty Gabe?
Saving Gabe from hell.
I mean, but at this point, what is he not gonna do? I feel like he's gonna open up his own chain of gourmet like restaurants at this point. What is he not?
That doesn't seem that crazy at all. He's got to have his there's no way he doesn't go into a restaurant near wherever he stays and says, "Let me get the Kanye." There's no way he doesn't do that. He
what do you think? What is
specifically to have that?
What's the Kanye? I feel like it's some kind of burrito bowl with some kind of like.
I feel like it's some sort of Like it's probably something really weird, like a very thick burger that's like
Okay.
rare and served with like it's served cold with like a horseradish sauce.
Definitely some kale chips on the
Oh,
side.
of
Yeah.
course, unsalted though.
Maybe some like mayo vinegar. And definitely some secret ingredient there.
Yeah.
But I mean, all that he's doing with all the crazy that he's saying and doing with all this, he's just paving his way for the presidency at this point. Kanye 2020.
I would love to see him as in that kind of a leadership role, but not for my country.
I don't care at this point. I mean, if we're gonna have Trump, I'd rather have Kanye than Trump at this point.
I mean, of course, that's actually an interesting point. Now that you say that, I have to think about it. I have to hold what I was gonna say because now I'm actually thinking about it. But I'd rather have neither of them.
Well, yeah, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna want Kanye to, be the leader of the free world, but
people forget that
in a hypothetical situation, that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, people forget that even if he was the president, there are checks and balances.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Crazy presidents in line. Mm-hmm. It's not like he would go out and say like, yeah, from now on everyone has to paint their fingernails gold, and we all just have to do it. Like, there's people who could say like, no, that's crazy, you can't.
Who would be the VP? Would he give Hove the nod for bringing him up in the game?
I feel like that would be likely, but my fingers would be crossed for a Gambino or a Chance.
Ooh, Kanye doesn't really have a tie to Gambino, does he?
Well, the presidency is not till 2020. We got a couple years.
Yeah. Gambino's gonna slip his name in there for the next album. I could see Chance though.
I feel like Chance would be like the most liberal person ever. Like Bernie Sanders would be like, damn, this dude's liberal.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. All right, well, I think we're gonna wrap up here. We're both really, I can't wait. It's still 5 o'clock, and we still don't have an album, and I want it, man. I want it.
I'm waiting.
I'm craving it.
My room's like a Wall Street. I got an alarm going on my computer. I'm waiting for the countdown to midnight.
Well, hopefully we get something at SNL. I mean, even if he doesn't drop, I'm sure we're gonna get a really good performance by him.
No doubt. Maybe even a funny sketch.
Did you see the SNL promo?
No, I haven't.
Real quick. Oh, it's so good. It's Melissa McCarthy hosting, and then Kanye's to her left, and then I forget which cast member it is to the right, but the entire time, Kanye's just flat-faced, no emotion, just staring into the camera the entire time, doesn't say a word. It's incredible.
Oh, I'm going to look that up after this.
Yeah, he's incredible.
I love him.
Okay. Well, it's been good talking to you. We'll have you on the pod some other time. You can be our music correspondent.
Don't give me too much credit. Thanks for having me. It was great.
We'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks for listening.